friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily of Imperfectly M. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. I also have no ability to balance speaking and breathing. Welcome to another episode of the new makeup hangover. So this is the counterpart to the new makeup nonsense bingo that Teresa, Audra, and I came together and created. Teresa's dead, and Audra at home. They might have videos going up at the same time that you are seeing this, and if they are, they will be linked in the description box. So this is the counterpart in that we are still talking new makeup releases, but we do not have any alcoholic or otherwise adult libations or edibles. We don't have a bingo card, and it's just kind of whatever we want to talk about. So it could be things that we did not get to in the roundup of mini releases that we tend to have during hangover filmings, or it could be things that just came out in between filming, or things that y'all tagged us in. Today I have, it feels like a bit of an indie roundup, indie focus. So we have some releases that some of my subscribers and patrons very specifically tagged me in, and then other things I am intrigued or, spoiler alert, possibly disgusted by. So we're gonna jump right in. If you like colorful makeup, if you like bitches with lots of opinions, or you just like cute fat babes, I would love for you to subscribe. I do have iced coffee even though I am filming at 7 p.m. at night because caffeine means nothing when you're neurodivergent. Or maybe it means something to you. For me, it means nothing. Okay, so we have just about a dozen, maybe less than a dozen releases to talk about. Okay. I'm already like, I'm just gonna do them in the order that they are saved in my Instagram, because otherwise my brain just, could you see the sparks short-circuiting? The first one, I need somebody else to tell me if this is any good. So, and I don't remember if I spoke about this before, but NYX has a new lip product out. It is the Fat Oil Lip Drip. They are $9 each. It looks like there's about 11. No. It looks like there's about 8 shades. I cannot count. So I think the colors that we're seeing look nice. I'm curious. So here's my thing. I don't like oily lip oils, but I like plush lip oils. Things that are called lip oils that have like a plushness to them, I really enjoy. Think the Clarins lip oil. But I don't like oily lip products. Like, I don't even think it's the lip oil specifically, but when I tried the Lunar Beauty lip glosses, to me they were just too oily and I didn't really like it. So I like a lip oil that isn't just oil. So I'm curious to know if that's what this kind of formula is. And I would love, if anyone has already picked one up, you could let me know, or I might take one for the team and try, especially the clear one. Cause like, why is it hard to find budget clear lip glosses that are good and not plumping? Maybe it's not hard to find. Maybe it's just hard for me. Anyway, I'm intrigued. I think NYX can do lip products quite well. I still think their butter glosses are some of the best glosses on the market. But they can also do bad lip products, so who knows? So the next one up is a release that someone tagged me in. I appreciate those that are tagging me to make sure I see things and remark on them. And this is from Notoriously Morbid. I feel like I sounded really sarcastic or condescending when I just said that. I do actually really appreciate it. I don't know. I just felt self-conscious all of a sudden. But this is from Notoriously Morbid. It's their Valentine's Day collection. They have a Queen of Hearts palette, a Fairly Yours Mystic Metallic, I think lipstick, and then a followed suit Mystic Matte. also I think a lipstick, a 44 millimeter pan, 2 cream highlighters in 44 millimeter pans, which if you haven't seen that pan size, that's fucking massive. Brow cremations in Queen of Hearts, okay. Ice to Meet You single, a pressed highlighter, a blush, a gift with purchase, a mystery bag. And the prices, look, I know inflation is a thing, but like the palette, which does look pretty, is $65. The lipsticks are $13, $18. The highlighters are $16. Like, I'm not like, oh, you shouldn't charge that. I'm having a hard time figuring it out. I do think the palette is pretty, but I can't quite tell if it's like, are these all multi-chromes? Is this just like I'm both like, it's both pretty to me and also confusing. I want to say though, Notoriously Morbid seems to have, I've never tried them. So like, this happens a lot of times where like, I will just get overwhelmed and then I'm like, maybe a different collection or maybe a different release. Their lipsticks though, they do some really interesting, weird, wacky lipstick shades. And I feel like that might be what gets my money. I don't know. What do y'all think about this collection? Like, I think it's pretty, but I think for me, it's a case of like too many things, and I'm having a little bit of trouble kind of like seeing the cohesive collection of it all. No. Let me know, because I'm just kind of confused. Another release that somebody tagged me in is from Pink Crush Cosmetics. They have a Web of Deceit palette. It's a 12-pan eyeshadow palette with a mix of mattes, shimmers, and duochromes. 2 shimmers, 4 duochromes, and 6 mattes. And it's already available, and it's $41. And so I kind of touched on this in the like lash get ready with me that I did. In that get ready with me, I mentioned a video about private label indie brands from creator I Am Jamila. It was a great video. And the reason why I mention all of this is that I know there's so many noises today, it's driving me a little bonkers. But I know that Pink Crush is a private label brand, and that's not an insult. But I also, like, it makes me a little bit more nervous to pick something up because I just want to make sure I'm like super, super into it. All of that to say, I don't know, just felt like touching on it because this is cute, but the theme doesn't do anything for me. And you would think like a pinky purple green, you know, but that's it. I don't see a color story here. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't like see, like, even if the color story is the art from the cover of the palette, that still needs to make sense as makeup. I don't know. I feel I feel weird being critical sometimes, a lot of times. Anyway, okay, on to another indie release. Y'all might be a little surprised by this one though, because although I have been very rightfully have been critical, but Shroud Cosmetics has released their Moonfall palette. So they originally had a little, I think it was a trio of Moonfall shimmer eyeshadows that they sold as singles. So they released, I feel like it was like 2020, 2021 or something. And they've now reformulated those shadows and released it as a palette. So they added 2 new Moonfall shimmers with the 3 original shimmers, like revamped, and then 4, what does that mean? 4 pre-existing? Now I'm confused. This might have just been how the caption is written. But it's a palette with 5 mattes and 4 shimmers. So I guess it was 3 pre-existing moonfall shimmers and 1 new one. Now, when I first saw these photos, I thought it was pretty, and I do like palette packaging. I thought it was pretty, but I wasn't like sold on it. But my dear friend Alex, sincerely Alex Makeup on Instagram, bought the palette. And first of all, she received her order very quickly and has had that experience with the last, I think, 2 palettes that Shroud released, which at least in some capacity shows me that the shipping stuff that we all saw happening in the past seems to be better. I want to say that. And Alex, like myself, is a kind of like rainbow order, color wheel order palette kind of person. So she often swatches things in that kind of like gradient, and just shared swatches of the palette, and I was like, oh, that's really pretty.
Alex shared the swatches in her stories, so I don't have the photos to share. Go follow her. Mayhaps she'll share them on her feed.
So, I know I have been quite vocally critical of the brand, but I do want to say, so when I first saw this palette, it made me think of is it the Arcana palette that I always kind of yearned after, but I never got there. I'm not going to say this is like a better version of Arcana, because I think that they're quite different. But seeing like a little 9-pan palette that kind of gives me those feelings, I'm not mad at it. I have to say I'm not mad at it. I'm going to give them some credit and say I'm not. It's pretty. It's pretty. So I'm not in a position right now to be able to buy much of anything, to be honest. So that's not part of the conversation really right now, but I'm going to give it to you, Shroud. Good job. We have another budget lip product. So e.l.f. Cosmetics released some new lipsticks, and the packaging and the photography was giving me a lot of NARS Audacious lipstick kind of vibes. And I feel like the name is also tapping into that NARS energy, because they're called the O-Face lipsticks. It's a satin finish, nourishing formula infused with marula oil, squalene, and jojoba esters. And they're available now. Now, from what I've already read, I think from Temptalia, the formula is not at all like the Audacious formula, which was a pretty spectacular matte formula, I have to say. So I'm not, that I think that the visual comparison doesn't match up with the formula, but I do think that this post was made to catch my attention because there is a black shade in the lineup. But here's the thing. Here's the reason why I wanted to talk about it. Because the black in the lip photo looks very reminiscent to a lot of existing budget black lipsticks on the market. Previous black lipsticks, e.l.f. has released. Previous black lipsticks, e.l.f. has released Wet n Wild, Fantasy Makers, the Wet n Wild Halloween line. I love black lipstick, and my like holy grail of holy grail black lipstick is from a small indie brand called House of Uni, and that color has been out of stock since the beginning of the panini. So I'm always looking out for especially budget drugstore affordable black lipsticks, and they all tend to have this same formula, this same like very slippy, it's just It's not like a glossy black is beautiful, but there is a level of like velvet long wear matte bullet formula that House of Uni has, because it's not a liquid lipstick, it's a bullet lipstick, and that's my preferred, that I cannot find in any bullet matte currently that I've tried. Not that I've tried a ton, but I have been on the lookout. So while the black could be Emily bait, if this was more in line with the actual NARS Audacious lipstick formula, then you might have had me. But this like shiny, like I feel like black lipsticks are often like very thin and like shiny, and I don't like them. So, and it doesn't, like, even though I'm a satin lipstick lover, I don't feel any draw otherwise to this line. Something else that is very Emily bait that I'm not gonna buy, but I can see myself future bougie Emily buying, is 2 new shades of the Charlotte Tilbury Hypnotizing Pop Shots. There's the Pillow Talk Diamonds and the Pillow Talk Ultraviolet, available or launching the 16th, which seems like you missed the Valentine's boat, but okay. I know I've criticized, I think I've talked about the Pop Shots before. I was like, whatever, I don't need them. They exist in the market already. The blue shade that they showed was very like, if you've been in the indie world whatsoever, it exists. But I love a sparkly pink. And a sparkly pink is my, like, one and done all over shadow. Like, pink is my neutral. Pink and peach are my neutral, not brown. So, like, from purely eye candy, I would own that just to be like, this looks pretty. Yeah, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. But I think that this is like, these are good additions within the line that the brand released. And I was kind of like expecting a pink or more peachy pink shade in the line when it was first revealed. This is one of those releases. I just went right into the next release, by the way, if you didn't realize what was happening. This is one of those releases that there is a part of me that's like, calm down, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't, just wait, just be patient, just chill. And there's another part of me that's like, I want, give me. And that is the Glisten Cosmetics Spectra paints. So they have released 12 shades of these paints. So they are $12 each. And they also do bundles. They have like a bundle. Glisten is great with bundle builders. Like they have a bundle builder for brushes, for their water activated liners, for their chroma, like duochrome flaky stuff for these paints. Great with that. And Glisten, you knew what you were doing with this packaging, and because they look like art supplies, and I like that. I like it. I really do. They look like paint tubes. And they seem to be more of like a, rather than being a water activated liner, they're a liquid paint that you can use as like an all over color base or liner and stuff. So I'm an affiliate with Glisten. I do a code, ImperfectlyM, which will save you 15% off. And I have, I think it's like a one-time, I'm giving you insider details, but I have like a one-time code for that I can use to get a little bit more of a discount as like a affiliate gift thing. So I have that, and I'm just kind of like building this Glisten cart of like things I'm intrigued by, and the paints are there. The thing that I like, first of all, they just launched, or they're just launching, so there aren't really like reviews or things up, and I don't think I want to be like the first, I don't want to be the guinea pig. But also, even though I love the packaging, I'm not sure if love the packaging because I have been eyeing some of the paints from About Face, and I feel like I would appreciate more of that doe foot applicator over the squeezy tube. So, all of that to say, I will probably pick 1 or 2 or 3 of these up in the future, depending on how, depending on the talk about them. I do think they are really cute and pretty, and I love how they did a primary color bundle, they did a secondary color bundle, they did a tertiary color bundle, and I was like, Glisten, you are speaking to the color theory, color wheel nerd in me. I got really dramatic. But also at the same time, I just need to I need to cool down. I need to calm myself.
Cálmate, no te pongas nervioso. Sé que le jode la manera en que poso.
This is just a please stop it, go away, don't do it. Makeup Revolution has these trigger warning trypophobia small circles. So this new bubble balm, they're €5 or £5 each. 2 shades, icy rose and bronze. Shimmering particles suspended in jelly base for gluey dough. Gluey dough, dewy glow. An obvious Huda Beauty, dupe. Because Huda did that formula, I think, in 1 or 2 of the eyeshadow palettes she's released, and then released bigger face balms. I have trypophobia. It's activated by different things. It's not super, super sensitive, but it's a little... This one isn't, the most disgusting thing to activate me. It's also just, absolutely get the fuck out of here, Makeup Revolution. But to me, it's I'm not... Just mix the product for me. Bitter Lace Beauty is an indie brand I have yet to buy from that I would really... They're highlighters. I want They also have the really giant 44mm pan sizes. So, but this little Valentine's release collection is super cute. So it's a blushing Valentine collection. There are 6 products and they're advertised as blush slash highlighters. And it looks like they're $20 to $25 each. And basically it looks like you have a glowing red, a shimmering pink, a gold, a shimmering kind of white, maybe white gold. And then you have 2 products that have all 4 of the colors, either in stripes or kind of mixed in. This collection is cute. I don't want it, and I wonder how functional it would be on the face for both blush and highlight, because sometimes things that are advertised as a glowy blush is really just an eyeshadow in a pan. I'm not saying that's what this is. I'm curious if that's what's happening here, but I think it's cute. I think for their brand, it makes sense, but it's different from what I've seen them do before. But it's also just cute. So I'm into it, theoretically. I don't really want any of these products in particular, but I think it's cute. What is Byredo's newest palette give me? Too Faced Peach palette? These colors look all the same. They look very... I think I want to feel more inspired by a brand like Byredo, by their eyeshadow, than I am. And this newest Alien Egg palette, the State of Emotions palette, which feels less like an alien egg because it's not purple, it's gold. But it just, I think this little color story could be really pretty, but I just feel like it's the same shade, just slightly tweaked 4 out of 5 times. I don't know. It's both no and a little bit yes. Not yes for me, but yes for the market. But just a little bit, because I don't know. We are going to end on this last release. We have a new palette that might already be launched or is launching. It's launching the day you're watching this. From Cosmic Brushes. This is the Muse palette. And that is my refrigerator starting up. It's bullshit. So this is a 20 pan palette with matte, shimmers, metallics, and iridescence. It's $23. Now, Cosmic Brushes went like, I feel like, viral for their last palette, which was very much it had like murky greens and turquoise and purple and a little orange, I think. This okay. So I've talked about it so much. My brain, I know I used this phrase earlier, but my brain short circuits at bigger palettes. And this palette did that to me. And I wish that was okay, I'm looking at the swatches and there's a part of my gut that's like, oh fuck, that's beautiful. And I do think it is. I do think that there are some beautiful shades within this palette. And I think that there are more beautiful shades than not beautiful shades. But there's something about the quantity that I am struggling with. And I think that like tonally, I think if there had just been a couple of tweaks, just a couple, this would have been like it's... This is one of those palettes where I'm like, if you want to gift it to me, if you want to send it to me, I will play with that. And I would love to actually see what this formula or what their formulas are like. But I can't. Not I can't. It doesn't treat my brain well. It's just like too much. And I think when like things stick out to me in like negative ways, like the way the little three like bluey greens and orange, that little, I think if they had really leaned more into like murky greens, pinks, and purples, and been like vintage rose, basically, like that idea of like vintage rose. But there's something about it that I both love it and no. I wish my brain wasn't like this. I really do. I wish my brain wasn't like this. But I will say that the group of like browns and pink, like there are parts of these swatches that yes, but then as a whole, no. Yeah. So that's it. That's our releases for this week. Definitely feel free to fight me in the comments because I have a feeling that my perspective on things like the Muse palette are not the norm, not, popular. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I also wanted to give a little self-promo. So I am all over the internet as imperfectly am, and I am on Twitch. And I'm a very sporadic streamer because mental health, woo! But Friday the 10th, I will be streaming over on Twitch, and I am fundraising for the Trans Justice Funding Project. So there's a huge group of streamers that we're all streaming basically throughout this weekend in protest of the Turfy Wizard game that is being released. And we're all fundraising for the Trans Justice Funding Project. So I will have my Twitch linked in the description box. I would love for you to stop by. I'm raising money. It's all going to that organization. And I'm gonna do stuff like pull tarot cards on stream or eat a spicy candy or other things if you donate. There's no pressure to donate. Also, I would just love if y'all would come and hang out because I'm super nervous. I've never done anything like this before. But first of all, fuck J.K. Rowling. Second of all, fuck that entire franchise. And third of all, Third of all, I don't know. Third of all, come hang out with me. I'm probably going to be playing queer games and cozy games, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. I am filming this on Wednesday, and I'm not completely unprepared. I'm a little unprepared. But anyway, I will have it linked in the description box, and I would love to see y'all over there if you feel so encouraged. And otherwise, just thank you so much for being here. Thank you to my patrons and my channel members. Y'all's support means the world to me, and you are truly why the fuck I'm still doing this. And don't forget to take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday, because you are worth it. Bye, friends.